Hi, I'm Megan. This is my litter survey slideshow and presentation for all my final findings during my litter survey. Oh. So this is my whole area of my litter surveys. As you can see, it's mostly of the area around Hullabaloo. You can see the blue dot is the front of Hullabaloo, which was my first survey site, and the green dot was my second survey site, which was the back of Hullabaloo. You can also see there's a parking lot around and it's very close to a residential building, which means there's a lot of people traffic and there's a lot of people leaving stuff from their cars, bringing stuff in, and throwing stuff away around the trash cans around the entries and exits of the building. This is my first survey litter location. You can see it was about 30 meters by 30 meters, making it a total of 900 meters squared. It's of the front entrance to Hullabaloo, where many students go through the entrance to get to class from their residential building. And then, as you can see, it's the south side of the building, and the perimeter is the area that I looked in, and then the blue is the marker. This is my second litter survey location. You can see north is still kind of to the pointing forward, so this is on the northern side of the building. There's another entrance to this residential building here. It goes out to the parking lot, so a lot of people are dropping things from their cars or throwing away trash from getting food or throwing away school supplies. Unlike the other side, which is more like it's still school supplies, but it's also like other things from class. You can see the perimeter I squared off. It's closer to 300 meters squared. It's a lot smaller than the front part. Um, yeah. These are my two pie charts highlighting the percentage of litter at each location total between both surveys on each day. As you can see, the front of Hullabaloo has a lot of carbon. Both of them have a lot of carbon, but the front has more metal, unlike the back, which has mostly silicone, aside from the majority carbon on both locations. So this bar chart includes all of my general use types of litter. Majority of it is shown to be food related, so along with beverages, it's usually cups, straws, food packaging, and wrappers from snacking foods. There were some clothing related items and as well as school supplies and construction materials, but majority was food related. This chart includes some examples of the different types of materials that are based on different chemical structures. So carbon-based materials, some examples include paper with ink, which was a worksheet, and that was mostly carbon-based, as well as McDonald's cups, which had styrofoam and plastic straw, which were also carbon-based. The metal objects I found were a bottle cap and a screw. They each included different kinds of metals, but they also both had components that were carbon based. The silicone, I only had one example, and that was a hair tie, and that was mostly made of silica and the plastic outer coating of the hair tie. The carbon-based materials found all have a relatively similar structure and decomposition rate. So typically the carbon-based things are polymers and they take a long time to decompose. The only exception in my data was the paper products, which were more organic based, but those took very little time to decompose, but the other majority carbon-based products took a long time, like hundreds, decades to hundreds of years. And they're hard to break down because of the way the polymers work. The silica takes less time, but it still takes a good amount of time. It doesn't decompose, but it breaks down. And then aluminum and iron take a while because they are metals and they just wear away. This is my works cited page in APA, and it has all of my cited sources for the previous slide.